What's up, guys? It's me, the Nightly Toker, and this is a Puffcast. Oh my god, so I enabled this headphone thing here so I can hear myself talk in my headphones. It's just tripping me out. I had to turn it off, and of course, when I've got the two headphones on, I can't really hear a whole lot else, and it really trips me out as well. So, of course, I'm just going to move one to the side so I can still hear the real world around me and hear blank, empty nothing in my ear because I don't have any music playing. I got to get some tracks. I'm honestly going to throw this out there. If anybody has got some original music, original tracks that they want me to play on the Puffcast, I would be more than happy to. I really would. All you gotta do is hit me up in email, thepuffcast@gmail.com. Send me a message, let me know what you got. I would be happy to play it. Because I do want to get back into playing some tracks again, but like I said, I don't have anything on the desktop here. I don't have time. I really got to devote time. I had yesterday off, was my last day off of my little mini vacation. And, I was doing laundry all day. It was not an exciting day. I did not get much done for the things that I wanted to get done before coming back to work. So, unfortunately, it's just me. It's me. But while we're here, we're going to have a dab or two. Just got to pull up my stuff. I have, of course, had it upstairs last night, vaping on the couch with the wife. She got home around 11 o'clock at night from her work. And I was upstairs having some puffs. Of course, last night I did a quick podcast review of the Yokan Evolve Plus, which is my new pen, which is my new favorite toy. I love this thing. It is remarkably awesome, super cool, and it just makes me happy. It really, really does. But for right now, let's... oh my god, you can tell it got freaking hot because my shatter here in my little container is... wow, it's bubbly. It really is. Holy crap. It's, I think, still like 25 degrees Celsius right now outside. So it's probably about the same in my house because it is just roasty toasty. And that is with, air conditioners running. Holy crap. The one slab here is just stuck to the lid of my little oil cap. Wowza. Okay, let's move it around a little bit. Free up some space. Freed up. Ugh, jeez. It got warm. Maybe because I left it in a bag in the kitchen overnight. Because I was too lazy to bring it back downstairs to the puff cave and put it away properly. Of course, I didn't want the kids to find it, so I had it up high, stashed away. But it was in an area where a lot of heat collects, and it just bit me in the ass. But what are you going to do? Oh, so it's Tuesday, August 22nd, 9:38 Pacific Standard Time, PM, of course. Just in here, it was a rough day. My first day back to work after just a few days off, and I get in, and literally everything was just falling apart. It really sucked. It was really an upsetting morning. And then that led into my doctor's appointment that my wife and I had set up after waiting pretty much a month to get into our doctor. Because he was on holidays, which, he's entitled to. But we finally got in and finally got to go talk to him about depression. And just how I've been feeling and how she's been feeling. We're both going through a lot right now. So, as much as I don't like taking medication, I wish I could just use cannabis all day long. Honestly, I really do. Because it does help. Weed helps. It really does. But unfortunately with my job, I can't be high all day. Now, of course, there are CBD options, I'm sure, which I am going to look into. And I did talk a bit about it with my doctor today. He's not totally on board, but you know what? He's open-minded, which is cool. Because a lot of doctors aren't. They're like, no. But he is open-minded. But I am starting something new. I can't remember what it's called, but something that'll help hopefully kind of get me out of the slump of depression. Because right now, well, for the last couple of months, it's been really bad. It's been really, really bad. I haven't really talked too much about how it's bad and what I'm going through lately, but it's affecting everything. It's affecting my mood. Some days I don't want to get out of bed, right? It's tough. It really is tough. And it's hard on my family, right? I try to keep it to myself, keep it just inside, but you can't. You got to reach out and ask for help. And of course, I confided in my wife. She's the one that pushed for us to go to the doctor. And together we'll take a step in the right direction. And, you know, not that I'm a big fan of having to take pills, medication, but if it can help kind of level me out a bit and get me to where I need to be, and then hopefully I can explore some CBD options and get off the medication and just go strictly CBD. I think that is probably a wise move, because right now, yeah, it's bad. It's not good, folks. It's not. I'm not going to get into too much more detail about that tonight. I'm just kind of quickly podcasting here. I felt like doing it, and you're going to see more and more just random episodes of the Puffcast. I don't know if I'm going to do it every day, but probably every couple days for sure. And then Thursdays will be my big long sesh. And I'm going to definitely try to have more guests on, because I think some guests would be freaking stellar. And I've got a few people in mind. I'm currently just waiting to hear back from a few different friends who I think would be awesome guests on the show. And you know what? Just have a sesh, do our thing, you know? Have a good time, a few witty people, which I think would be awesome. But in the meantime, you know, I am going to turn on this pen and take a puff, because although I don't have the audio file on this computer, it's puff time, baby. Now, if you don't know what puff time is, it means whenever you hear it, which you'll hear it randomly. I am going to get the file on here. But whenever you hear me say it's puff time, or you hear the audio file, just take a rip. Take a toke, whatever you're doing. If you're not smoking along with me, that's totally cool. If you're just, you know, chilling out, listening, hey, you know what? I appreciate the support. But if you are smoking, then hopefully you're smoking along with me, and you dab, you toke, you smoke, you whatever. Take that rip when I take mine, when it's puff time, because it is puff time now, baby. Let's do it. I love the flavor. Love it. Of this, the Coma Kush shatter. So good. However, it's very disappointing, excuse me, to see when I went on budzone.ca last night. Oh my gosh, the cough. Jeez. I'm dying. Plus, I think I'm getting a cold, which doesn't help. But when I was on budzone.ca last night, I noticed that they don't have Coma Kush shatter. They only have the Granddaddy Purple, which is good. Trust me, it is good. But I found the Coma Kush shatter was just a little bit. It's just it's pure fire, man. It's pure fire. It's delicioso. And whoa, wow! It looks like I just heard from the Bean, who I think is gonna tune in here and talk a little bit. So which is cool. Just gonna message him back and see where he's at, because I do love having kind of a guest on a bit, even if they can't talk, and if you can't hear them, they're there. You know, we've had Squirrel a few times tune in, which is cool. The Bean hasn't done it in a while, but you know what? He's got his busy life going on, doing his thing. I don't blame him. But and a few times I know the CBD channel has tuned in several times. I follow all his stuff, and I know what? I appreciate him following my stuff. It really does mean a lot to me, and just in general, man. So I feel a little tingly. Got a little bit of something going on with this shattered dab that I just took here, but I'm going to take another one, and hopefully you can take a puff with me. It's not puff time officially, but it is at the same time. So let's take that dab. Oh yeah. Oh. Whoa, hang on, guys. Dying. I don't know why I cough so freaking bad. Oh. Alright, so... oh, God. Sorry, guys. Oh, I know you guys love it when I cough into the mic. It kills me. I am sorry. Ah. Alright. Let's read this message here. So, of course, as many of you... Oh, my God. You know what? I'm really not that high. I'm just kind of a little fucked up right now. Not literally, just figuratively. Alright. So, as many of you know, the Bean was camping with me this weekend for a big camping sesh, which was super awesome. It didn't go exactly as planned. We didn't get to do the mega joint. You know what? There was a lot of obstacles. But I think we all still had a great time. Which was good. Because you got to really kick back. And the Bean got pretty lifted, but you know what? He wasn't the only one. There's no hard feelings whatsoever towards anybody who was on that camping trip for anything, and I mean it. Bean, you can let the lady know that all is well, man. I was looking out for you as she was, so don't worry. Whew. Oh. Ah. Alright. I'm here. I'm alive. My throat's good. I swear to God, I am getting a cold, though, which is fucked. It must have been from camping, because I was a little cold the one night. And I felt a little bit of a chill. But, yeah, no, it's been really getting congested, which is kind of weird to get a cold during summer. Don't you think? It's pretty fucked. But, like I said, I am working on getting a couple new guests on the show. I definitely want to get Squirrel in. I think sometime soon I want to get an episode with the Bean and Squirrel. Maybe this Saturday I might work on something. Or Friday, I'm not sure. I'm going to see if maybe I can go do a little something with Bean on Friday. I think that'll work. Bean, I know you hear it. So you know what? Let's book something in for Friday night, okay? Let's do a sesh Friday night. But and we'll kick it off. We'll do what we do. We'll have that sesh, and maybe we can get another guest on the show. Okay, now that we got the good mic, just got to take the laptop, which is totally portable, as is a mic, and it's got great sound. I love how it sounds. It really picks up all that detail, all that crispness, which is amazeballs, because trying to broadcast with just the headset mic, although it does sound good, it's very crisp and clear. It only picks up me and nothing else. So when you have a guest on, trying to run dual mics off of a phone, it doesn't really work. You really lose quality. So I think with this mic, I can't run it off my phone anymore, which just tells me, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just kick it up and do it properly and broadcast off the computer. Okay, so you know what? Bean's saying we should do do the big cone with my weed. Oh, dude. That would be probably, if we ground it up. Okay, let's say we didn't grind up the weed. Because I was reading, it takes about 5 grams to pack, the biggest possible cone, like a 12-inch raw. I would assume that means by not grinding it up, by just busting it up loosely with your fingers, right? I'm not a huge fan of smoking that way. I prefer to have a nice grind. I find it burns easier, so it would use way more weed. I don't think the two of us could possibly smoke a joint that big on our own. But I do still have that mega joint Bean and, of course, the 2 smaller ones as well. So I'd have no problem. If you want, we can pack the smaller ones and have some fun off those on Friday, which will be epic. And hopefully the Bean is using that humidity pack that I gave him from Boveda. I put it in his bin Saturday morning, I believe. So, you know what? We'll do something good with it. So, the Bean's just got to work on an airtight container. But I actually did pick up something for you, buddy. I picked up a nice brush that you can use to clean out your bongs. And you should still have that isopropyl that I bought you. I hope. If not, pick some up. Dollar store. Or, you know what? Not dollar store. Just go to Walmart. You can get 70% proof. You know what? It'll do the job. Trust me. It's what I use for all my pens. It works great. It's like $3 for a 1 liter bottle. I got the brush for you. We'll do a clean out sesh. We'll have a good cone sesh. We'll hit up those cones, and then we'll clean your bongs. We'll multi-purpose, because you know what? Not everybody has the drive to clean up your shit. You know what? I was the same way once. So I'll give you a hand. We'll clean up the bongs. We'll make them sparkly. Clean out your bowls. Clean out your chambers, and you'll notice the remarkable difference in the taste of your weed. Because when you're smoking, all that shit just pulls off all that old nastiness that gets built up, and you taste it. Yes, Bean, I do like your GF. And by GF, I mean your girlfriend. GF, I don't need to say GF. I'm just reading it like that. But yeah, no, I definitely am a fan of the girlfriend. She is super awesome. I hope she had a good time this last weekend. Looking forward to chimney sweeping. No shit, right? Because that's pretty much what it is. When you have a big bong, you're running the sucker up and down just like a chimney. And we're going to clean that sucker right out. And you're going to taste a remarkable difference, which will be good. And I'll bring over some dabs as well, because I think you like the dabs. I think you do, especially with this Yocan Evolve Plus. The dabs are super smooth, super awesome. You just got to go low and slow, and you get all that delicious flavor. Okay, you know what? It is good that she had a good time. Hopefully she got along with everybody, because I think everybody was pretty excited to meet her. So, you know what? It's pretty awesome. Oh, my throat is dry. Oh. But I think, you know what? It does kind of make sense that we take a dab. I'm going to take a quick dab here. I'm going to try to do a super, super long dab. Please don't judge me if I just cough it all out. I won't cough it all out, but I will cough after, I guarantee you. So, because there might be a little dead silence, hopefully not, I'm going to play a little bit of music in the background. I know all I've got is whisper and essential light on the tracks. Like I said, if you got your own tracks, if you got some music that you've created, I'd love to play it on the show. Send me a message, thepuffcast@gmail.com. Alright, I'm going to take this dab here. Low and slow, baby. Oh, yeah. I'm here. Alive. Oh. You know, big rips, small rips, dry herb pen, joint, bong, cone, pipe, vaporizer, doesn't matter how. Everything makes me cough now. I just seem like such a big fucking rookie. I can take some pretty big rips sometimes. But it doesn't matter what size, what I do. I'm coughing. And it's a little concerning, honestly, that I'm always coughing this much. Makes me think maybe there's something wrong with my lungs. I don't know. Mind you, excuse me, I do smoke the occasional cigarette when I get stressed out at work. Maybe that's not helping. I think I really need to try to shy away from that, ditch the cancer sticks, and really just focus on everything else. Because they're just a crutch. I'm feeling down, take a rip. Well, you know what? That's fine and dandy and all, but there's so many better ways to relieve stress. Like maybe a stress ball, or taking some CBD pills or something. Ooh. Bean asks, is marijuana smoke bad for the lungs? You know what? That's a good question, Bean. Let's Google that bitch. Let's check it out. Let's Google. I think any smoke really does play a small effect on your lungs. I don't think you should be inhaling any smoke, to be honest, is my guess. You know what? We're going to make it simple. Pot. Because I can't smell marijuana right now. Did I say smell or spell? I think I said smell. Is pot smoke bad for your lungs? Boom. Let's see what Google has to say. Okay. Is pot smoke bad for your lungs? Survey says the question is often debated when it comes to medical marijuana, but a new study suggests if smoking pot is bad for your body, your lungs aren't bearing the brunt of the damage. The study found occasional marijuana smoking did not negatively impact a person's lung function. Now that would be from occasional marijuana smoking. I smoke every day, and I still consider myself relatively light smoker. Seeing what some of these guys, especially the YouTubers and some of the Twitterers, the pot Twitters, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't have a good name for that. But all these other people that smoke and I follow, they smoke a shit ton. So I don't think I smoke that much, but I would still think if an occasional use doesn't really negatively impact, my use might a little bit, and a heavy use might have a little bit more of an effect. But at the same time, there's no real carcinogens in that cannabis, is there? You're just smoking pure nature. Pure nature, baby. Alright. I'm happy with that. I'm pleased. I have a Google notification. Ooh. Why? We got followed by somebody on Google Plus. Ooh. That's cool. By Good Vibes McFly 513. Shout out to Good Vibes McFly 513. Thanks for the follow. Or, you know what? It was a tweet. I don't know. It was something. Google is integrated with everything. And I'm a little high. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit high. It turns out it was a comment. Not a follow. Apparently now I'm just stupid and stoned. But I don't know. It looked like it was on Google Plus because it had Google Plus right above it. So, whatever. But, let's see it. But I have a follower. I don't know how to click on that, so I'm just going to say that's cool. That's cool. It wasn't there the other day, so either way, Good Vibes McFly. Appreciate the love. From YouTube. Of course, if you're wondering what they're seeing on YouTube, all of our podcasts, my podcasts, when I say it's me. My podcasts all get posted automatically to our YouTube channel. There's no videos. There's just the video, the audio. Basically, before, unfortunately, because I didn't have it set up properly, it was cutting everything down to 15-minute segments. Now I think it keeps the whole segment. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you can follow them over there, and do keep an eye out on YouTube because you might see a video come up one day where you're not going to see me, or if you do, it's going to be in a very creative way, so you can't really see me because, I need that anonymity. But I do want to get something going for you guys, something exclusive, and throw it up there onto the YouTube for you folks. So, you know what? Keep an eye out for it. Maybe I'll do something cool. Maybe there's a future hot box. You never know. We'll see. We shall see. Running back over to Messenger, the Bean says, "Oh yeah, wish we can go camping again." No shit, man. That was a lot of fun. I really wish we had booked for longer. 2 days was not enough. Usually you're pretty dirty and nasty and smelly camping, but of course in BC we still have campfire bans, so we couldn't have a campfire, which kind of sucked. But the next best thing is a propane fire pit, which we can have all the time, all day long. We burn through a complete tank, like a 20-pound tank of propane running my fire pit. And you know what? It was awesome. First thing in the morning, crank it up. Everybody wakes up to a nice little fire. Easy. Same with at night. I mean, the only thing we couldn't really do is I don't want to cook over it. We could do a hot dog. That's cool. But not like a burger or something. This is not going to work. There's no grill. I don't want all that grease and shit. But we had barbecues, all that fun stuff for cooking, which was easy. But with the point here, before I went completely off topic, was because we didn't have an actual fire, we didn't have that campfire smell, which meant I didn't feel as dirty, honestly. I got home, I still took a shower because I wanted one and I needed one. But I didn't feel like everything was just nasty, because usually by the time you leave camping, it's kind of gross, and there's a smell and the smoke, and when it blows into your eyes, it kind of sucks. Don't get me wrong, I still want one. I still want to, if we can have a campfire on the next one, I still want to have one on the next one a little bit. But I think keeping what we did this year, because we couldn't have the actual campfire, we didn't focus our focal point around the fire pit. We literally created this little tent city, and then we brought a canopy, which ended up fucking right up and ripping, but whatever. So we set it up just a ways away. So that was our focal point. Next year, for year 3, holy shit, year 3 will be, wow, that's nuts. Can't wait for it. We're going to have something super epic for that one, Bean. You and I will think of something super epic. But next year, if we can have a campfire, I think still keeping our focal point on a fire pit, but even in the evening a bit, still being able to throw up a quick fire, right? That would be cool too. Right, we'll just design it in a bit better way. But next year we are definitely going to book a double site at the place we go to, so we can just get we're going to cram everybody into that double. If I got to pay extra fees, I don't care. We're going to make a fucking village of tents and canopies and tarps. It's going to be a fucking village. A fucking village. I swear to God. It's going to be remarkably awesome. And I cannot wait for next year for the big camp trip. A green total eclipse. No shit. This is what the Bean is saying. Yeah, I think just about everybody. Oh, you know what? Every single person at that camp trip this year smoked. Every single person at the camp trip took a dab off the Yocan Evolve Plus. And just about every single person, except for one, took a couple of rips off the Solo Airizer with some purple candy flower. So you know what? It was super cool to see. No pressure at all for anybody, but everybody got involved. Oops, there goes the Yocan. Yeah, so everybody got involved and took some rips. Of course, didn't totally work for everybody, which is sad when marijuana doesn't do anything for your body. But my wife was the same way. Her first, I think 6, 7, maybe 8 times, she got nothing. She really got nothing. Whereas now, it doesn't take much, very little, and she feels it, definitely. So it just takes some time, because there's a few people who I think didn't do anything for. Well, one person for sure didn't do anything for. First timer, which, you know what? I love smoking with first timers. And I'm always grateful when they don't trip out, because I've heard some people your first time, you could have just your body's like, what the fuck? That was like me my first time having any kind of marijuana, which was brownies, and oh yeah, man, I was just like, whoo, this is too much, because I ended up having like 5, because I'm a big guy, and we were sitting down playing video games, and apparently when you don't move, nothing really digests. So, I was going to say who knew, but I'm pretty sure most people know. So that one didn't work out. But I've never wanted to smoke with somebody and have them trip out. Because I don't want them to take that idea that that's what smoking pot does. Right? And that's kind of why I'm not a huge fan of edibles anymore. Right? Because my first time was essentially a bad trip. It did not work well. It's not what I wanted. But I didn't give it a chance to really do what it was supposed to, and I just overindulged like an idiot. And yeah, I ruined it for myself. So now I don't really do edibles. It's not for everybody. I prefer smoking now. But I remember smoking with my little brother. I know I mentioned this on a podcast miles ago. Probably back to close to the beginning of when I first started podcasting. But a little over a year ago, I was down on the coast with a lot of my family for the medical situation that my family was going through. And my brother came down from Winnipeg, which was totally cool. And he had smoked before, but he'd never smoked BC Bud. And I had gotten some Violator Kush from the dispensary that I was connected with. Well, I'd had Violator straight from the island, Victoria Island, and ooh, ooh. Well, the Violator Kush from the dispensary, it was just cared for a little bit more because it was potent as fuck. And my brother had probably, let me put this into context here. The night before, I'd rolled a joint, a good sized joint, probably, I want to say a 0.6, maybe 0.7 gram joint. And we'd smoked it, and then I rolled another one, about the same size, and we'd smoked that one too. So, and he was good. We got giggly and laughy, and at the time, you know what, that's what we needed to do. The next night, the Violator. And, yeah. So I rolled probably a 0.6, 0.7 again, and there's 3 of us. And my brother he only took about 5 rips, nothing too major, no big plumes or anything, just okay rips. And he got so stoned out of his mind, he was tripping bad. And he was scared. He was tripping right out that his body was like, whoa. And that was, he hit that moment where you get too high too soon, and your body's not ready for it, and your body doesn't know what to do, and it freaks out. Any smoker has had this moment multiple times. And if you haven't, then I think you're full of shit, honestly. Because eventually it happens to everybody. Unless you just ease yourself into smoking, like literally inch by inch by inch, you're gonna get there where you just smoke too much too soon, and your body's like, whoa, we're at a new level. We've never been this high. Well, of course, if you smoke a little past that at the same time, your body's just freaking right out. As I'm sure you know, or you don't, whichever. But yeah, my brother, he was, it was funny at the same time, because I've had that happen to me, but I was by myself. Most times, almost every new high I experience now, I'm by myself. Because I prefer to make sure, if I want to smoke this, get this high, I want to make sure that I know how I can handle it on my own. Right? If I completely trip out, then I know for next time. But at the same time, I also learn from my highs. Which maybe some people say I overanalyze them. You know what? I do. I really do overanalyze my highs. I study them. I learn what certain strains do to me. And if one trips me out and I get paranoia, there's one strain, I can't remember what it was, but it gave me really bad paranoia. And the trip was almost, once you actually, if we got to a point where you could feel that peak, and it was a steady peak, right? And the paranoia was it was getting too much. So the next day I smoked it, and I remembered that. So the moment it started, it's like I remembered it, and then I knew to draw my attention back, right? And to shift my focus. That's when I started to learn how to control my eyes. Like, for example, this weekend, I started smoking. Okay, we got to the campsite, set up and everything by 3:30. I started taking dabs at 3:30, and I went till about midnight. I mentioned this on the episode a couple days ago. And I did the same starting at 8:40 in the morning, Saturday morning, and I went pretty much nonstop until midnight. Right? Not constant, but every max, say 10 minutes, 20 minutes, right? I was pretty heavy, and yet I never seemed like I was high out of my mind or out of control. Because I learned to control my highs. I can still enjoy it. Now, when I really want to just bake out, then yeah, I smoke, and I literally remove that filter. It's total self-control. I know how to control my high, and I know when I want that high to control me. Maybe it sounds a little weird. Maybe some people say I'm full of shit. But that's just how I work and how my mind works. I can always bring myself back from a high, even when I'm just floaty as fuck. I can bring myself back down. Now, most times you really don't want to do that, because if you're going to get to that level where you're just you're on cloud 9, you want to be there, so you don't want to control that shit. You want to just enjoy the ride. And it's very rare that I get that opportunity to actually do that. To where I'm in a situation where I can just enjoy that ride and not have to worry. This weekend was one of those moments where I could have done that, but I didn't want to get too high and ruin anybody else's fun, right? So I kept my high in check, but I kept my high going pretty much the entire time I was there. So I pretty much, I put it into like third gear and just rode it the entire time, which was still enjoyable, very enjoyable. And I think that's kind of what encouraged some other people to smoke a little bit more, which was good to see, because I've never had a circle of 9 people. I've never had a circle that big where every single person there smoked. And it was cool. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. So, but I do think it's puff time. And I really do think that I need to freaking find that audio file from my phone and send it over. I don't know why I can't find it. Because I play it. I have it. Delicioso. I do feel a mega cough coming on, so give me 4 seconds. Alright. And now there's another one. But you know what? I'm going to say, fuck you. Don't cough. Don't be the bitch that you want to be. Be like me. Fight the cough. You can do it. Oh, now I feel snotty, which is not cool. But, one of the sad parts about controlling your high, now it's just kind of instinct. The moment I start smoking, I always kind of keep that filter on. No matter how much I smoke, I always keep that control. It's automatic. It's hard to let go sometimes. But when you really don't know how much you're actually feeling it, right? When I keep that filter on, it sounds weird. Maybe you don't understand. But when I keep my filter on for that control, I find because I do it automatically most of the time, I don't really know when I get to the point where, like, you know what? When you can just take that breath, that relief, that sigh of relief, where at this moment you're good, you're calm. That stress, that anxiety, that depression, whatever you got going on, whatever it is, anything negative that's impacting your life, when you feel that moment, you're just like, it's just almost like hitting not even a pause button, because life's still going on. It slows it down. It keeps you, when you have 10 problems in front of you, it lets you literally just kind of slow it down and process at your own speed, right? But when you kind of overanalyze your shit and you keep your filters on, keep control of your high, even when I'm not trying to get super high, I get to a point where I do need to, but because I'm keeping that control most of the time, I don't always know that feeling when I feel like, okay, I'm good. But maybe that's because I do smoke every day. I don't know. I know when you smoke every day, you tend to have to smoke more and more and more to get there. That is also why I'm doing dabs right now. And I'll probably do dabs for possibly the rest of the week, maybe. Or at least up until Thursday. And then I want to bring it to beans. I might not. Maybe I won't. But I might put away the dabs for the weekend and just smoke some flower. And I find jumping back and forth, it really brings out the intensity of that. So when I smoke that flower with the bean, it's going to seem so strong, so intense. It's going to be beautiful. Because I wouldn't have had any flower since Saturday. And if I don't do dabs for a few days and come back to it, then it's like, ooh, baby. So it's kind of like beating a tolerance break. Instead of taking one, you just kind of switch around. I don't know. I was thinking about taking a couple days after we got back from camping, because like I said, I had smoked so much, so much. But I didn't. I kept smoking. I broadcasted Sunday night, because like I said, the weekend didn't really work out for the podcast. but got something out for you guys. And then last night I did the Yokan Evolve Plus review, which I think turned out pretty good. Wasn't too bad. I wasn't super high, but wasn't the point. I just wanted to talk about the pen because, like I said, I like the pen. And I also threw up a quick little video. Threw that over on Instagram. You can check that out. And I cross-posted that to Twitter. So you can see it if you want. It's cool. If not, it's alright. But, yeah, so, you know what? We've been podcasting for about 41 minutes starting now, which is cool. It's amazing how time flies when you just kind of roll with it and see where it goes, right? That is kind of why I do like engaging with people. Because I know Bean's not super chatty, but he's there. It shows me he's active. I know he's listening. And every now and then he throws something up on the thing, and of course we talk about it, which is cool. Just that engagement honestly sometimes keeps my focus a little bit better. And of course, when we do broadcast live, which we are right now, there is a chat. If you go over on Spreaker.com, you can join the chat. I think you have to have an account. I'm not 100% sure how the chat works, but I think you do have to have an account. I know you can sign in with like Twitter and stuff. Twitter, Facebook, any of that crap. And you can come chat if you like, anytime I'm live. Or just say, nope, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. So, you know. What was that? I don't know. But I hit the button. And I do want to take another puff. So, if you want to puff with me, that'd be cool. If not, you know what? Thanks for listening. Let's do it. Sorry, folks. I think I just hit the mic with my pen here. My apologies, my good friends. I'm so sorry. But I am gonna hit some music up while I reload my pen here, just so we don't get dead air. Because you know, everybody likes that. Alright, so there's not a whole lot left in the pen. So we're gonna reload that subject. Fine, I am going through this Komoka Shatter pretty quickly. Which is another reason I want to jump to flower soon. Because I'm smoking a lot of the Shatter. Now, I know some people, of course, smoke grams a day, or even a gram a day, even a half gram a day. That's pretty expensive, man. I don't know what it costs in the States, but up here, I mean, you're looking at some places 60 to 80 bucks a gram. Now, because I get my stuff exclusively at budzone.ca, you can get screaming deals of like a Granddaddy Purple, and of course, I think it's like 35 bucks for a gram on sale. Pretty good, pretty good. So, you know, can't complain. But when if you're paying like 90 bucks, holy shit. A little expensive. But, you know, if you have the means to smoke that much and you can afford to pay for your medication that way, that's great. Unless you got some kind of medical that pays for it, that'd be awesome. Man, I wish my doctor would give me an MMAR license. A permit, basically, to smoke pot. That's what we have in Canada. Because when I was up there today for my doctor's appointment, I did tell him. I was like, you know what? I don't really tell many people this, but I smoke pot at night. And that's my only relief from everything going on. I smoke pot when I know my night is done, where I can get away with smoking, where I don't have to worry about going anywhere or doing anything or having any real responsibility. Now, I don't get stupid high. Sometimes I get pretty high, though. Other times, I just get fairly high. But either way, I told him, you know, like I smoke. He wasn't against it. He didn't give me crap for it. He didn't really talk in favor of it. But he wasn't against it. So, one day, I still think he's more of a prescription-based pill guy, obviously. But maybe I can get him to come around and get me on the list to get a license. Because that would be sweet. Because then I could pretty much just go to any dispensary. Or I don't know if it gives you a license to like smoke wherever the fuck you want, but wouldn't that be cool? A license? No, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna smoke here right now. I have a license. No, you say no. You say no, I have license, you can't. No, I don't want to. But we reloaded this thing, now we're gonna take a dab. Nice and slow. Jeez, low and slow, my ass. Whew. Oh. Wota. Oh. You know, I'm starting to wonder if, because it's been the last probably month and a half that everything makes me cough. And we've had wildfires and heavy smoke all over the goddamn place in most of the cities in BC, and really bad in some other areas, which I've been passing through or working down in. So I wonder if all that smoke has really fucked up my lungs. It could be. I don't know. Maybe I'm just special. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? Ooh, I do want to say, I do want to show some love again to our friends over at T&B Naturals. I love those little silicone caps that you sent me. I've got so many of them now. I actually started working on a little bit of a reclaim when I do a pre-clean out. So I've got a couple of them working with that. And then of course the little containers and the papers. Oh my god. You guys sent me so many rolling papers. That's so awesome. And the High Times magazine. I've never looked at one. I was actually reading it a little bit earlier, which is pretty cool. The Growers books. I'm actually going to be seeing my brother-in-law this weekend, possibly. And I know he's a grower. So I'm going to give him a couple of your stickers. And lend him one of my books that you sent me. And see if it'll help him grow. And see if I can convince him to come over to you guys and try some CO2. And grow something deliciously perfect. But yeah, so huge shout out once again to T&B Naturals. You guys rock. Thank you so much for the goodies and the support. And you know what, like I said, right back at you. You guys are awesome. So you got my love for life. I showed my wife. Anyways. Okay. Trying to navigate. Twitter is just not working. But you know what? Thanks for coming out. And click that button. Alright. Oh, my phone is so slow lately. You know, I actually had to get my one of my daughter's phones. And there's just so many stupid games and apps that she put on this freaking thing. It's like, really? Do you even use any of this crap? Well, no. Why do you have it then? Well, exactly. You thought it was neat. Then you downloaded it, and then you didn't use it. You just, literally, there was I don't know, probably 147 megabytes of free space left on the phone. It's only an 8 gig phone. It's just that basic fucking thing. And she filled it. She fucking filled it full of crap. So I went through the list, and I'm like, okay, do you play this? Nope. Okay, removed. Do you play this? Nope. Okay, removed. Got rid of 6 games. Freed up a gig. And she goes, can I download 6 new games? I'm like, no, you can download 2. So I hand her the phone, and then she's like, oh, well, it's saying it needs a password. Oh, right. I forgot. I put a password on everything. After I cleaned up the phone, before I saw her yesterday, excuse me, I ended up, cleaning up a lot of shit that she doesn't know I took out. And then encrypting pretty much everything, like the Play Store, Google services, every kind of Google service, the browser, everything. So she can't really do anything besides use the games that she's downloaded, text, call, check calendar, contacts. She's 11. She doesn't need access to the world. So I was like, oh yeah, so give me the phone. So I go to put in, it's like a pattern that you draw on the phone, right? That's the screen lock. So I go to put it in pattern, but I know she's watching me. So I do my pattern, but then I pull my finger up and then do another pattern on top of that, which was so mind-blowingly fucked. And then she got confused because she couldn't remember that pattern. Because obviously, she thought it was very intricate. Meanwhile, it's pretty simple. You wouldn't know it. So, anyways, she ended up downloading another game, which was kind of comical because she goes, "Oh, I like this game." I'm like, "Okay, have you played it before?" "No, but I've heard of it and it looks so cool." I'm like, "Okay, did you read about it?" No." "Okay, well, you're just looking at the photos, the screen caps, and she thinks the games look super awesome." "Okay, well, how about you actually read the description for your games? How about that? Then you can actually find out whether or not it's something you'd actually play." Mind you, I shouldn't bitch and moan too much about that because I myself, actually, quite often, when I go to download something, I'll look at the screen caps, and if it doesn't look that cool, I don't download it. I do read up about it. I will admit, I do read up about it if I like the screen caps. Sometimes if the screen caps look so awesome, I'll just download it. But I don't typically download games on my phone. I'm just downloading apps. Something that I find useful. So, at least to me, right? Like I've got, on my phone, I got a whole pile of crap I don't use, but I'm afraid to remove it. Which is funny. Like I got Text Plus because, of course, the Puffcast has a text number. So you know what? I'll share it right now. But nobody has ever texted it. I texted it myself from my personal number just to keep it open. Otherwise, they shut it down. But 778-800-6798. That's our Text Plus number. We can't get calls on it because it's a free account. But you can text it if you want. Otherwise, it's not there. Zed camera. This was such a waste. I paid $30 to unlock it. I don't know why. It was like the stupidest thing I ever did. Because the camera's not that great with these stupid features. I really wish I could get my money back on that one. Your standard Twitter, Instagram. I got a lot of apps on my phone for editing and just like Spreaker, voice recorder, studio effects. What else I got? I got like photo editors, logo makers, music makers, Dubsmash. That's just something I did with the kids. We like to make little silly videos, so we probably have about 50. I got some photo scrapbook thing, and that was a stupid waste. That was the biggest waste ever, but I didn't pay for it. Typography, Logolicious. I don't even know what that is, but I mean, I don't use a lot of it, honestly. I really don't. However, one of the coolest apps I've ever had the privilege of using, only cost me like $12. It's I had the free version called Cam Scanner, and of course you can use your camera and it scans, files and stuff. Well, you can only do so much, so I unlocked it once I realized that this app can pretty much do exactly what I needed it to do. So you use the app, you have a piece of paper, file, whatever. Say you need this into PDF form. Take a photo and it automatically enhances that photo and converts it into a PDF so it looks like it's a scanned file. It scans the frickin' thing. It is awesome. I use it constantly for work. I wish I'd found it so much sooner. But yeah, if you ever used it, you know what I'm talking about because it is pretty good. But now that I dropped my pen, it's a good thing it's solid because it would suck if this thing broke. But let's take another rip because you know what? It's puff time. It is, I swear. A nice juicy rip. Oh, the flavor on that one's so good. So good. Slight cough. Rookie cough 2.0. Beta. That's right. Rookie cough 2.0. Looking at it on my phone here before I closed it out. Looking at the app Just Eat. Has anybody ever used that? I used it a lot with my wife when I was down in Vancouver. A couple of years back. Excuse me. And down there's probably like 200 restaurants hooked up on this thing. And you can order from all over the place. Now, of course, these restaurants all deliver independently, right? So you pay their fees. But then Just Eat, I noticed, launched this new part where they actually have their own Just Eat delivery drivers. And now you can order from Subway, Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, A&W. Pretty much all the places that just don't deliver. I ordered one night because I was super, super high. I ordered probably like $25 off the value menu from Burger King, and I only ended up paying like probably like $5 for delivery. Yeah, which was not bad. And then I tipped them $3. Right? Now I could have driven there myself if I wasn't so high, but I was pretty high. So yeah, totally invaluable service, because you could literally just order whatever the fuck you want, sit on your ass, and get all this food. Now, not every city has Just Eat, which kind of sucks, but I notice most cities, they do have it, which is good. Everybody's got a few, because you definitely need to check out that service, because like I said, it's awesome. If you've not used it, you are missing out. I'm not gonna lie, because it's so convenient, especially when you're high. Now, it got to the point, I think they knew I was high, because, when you have the meat almost outside of a window, so I'm not going to go into detail as to why, but yeah, it was not sketchy or anything, it was just kind of comical, but they were like, oh yeah, it's cool. They had money. They took my money. They had no problem taking my money. So, yep, pretty good. Oh, we have somebody listening from Phoenix, Arizona. Ooh, cool. I like it. Now I'm stalking you. I'm joking. Please don't run away. I'm joking. But, yeah. So, oh my god, we're almost hitting an hour here, folks. Holy crap. I didn't think I'd hit an hour. It's been a while since I've done an hour. Usually the last several episodes, just half an hour. Some smaller than that. I don't know. Haven't really felt that too creative or inspired to really chat and sesh lately. It's just kind of a mumble sesh. I don't know. Just been trying, losing it, but of course, a little depression in there. A shit ton of anxiety. And, yeah, it's just, I think it's really dampened the mood. However, after going to the doctor today, talking to the wife more, and then, even though today at work was fucked up, shitty, not so awesome, by the end of the day, I felt a little ahead. When in the morning, I felt completely overwhelmed, like it was burying me. And then when I got home tonight, there's that sigh of relief. Right. That's when the peak finally gets to where I need it to go. I feel good. And just like earlier, I feel like I can do this. It's going to be hard. Everything's hard. Anything worth it is hard. And I'm getting spine tingliness is talking about it, because it is a very overwhelming idea to think, can I do this? I don't think I can. But you know what? Tonight, when I got home, I felt just baby steps. But you know what? Maybe it'll be okay. Right? So I have to tell myself that, you know what? I can't do this. And so can you. So you know what? This is where I wrap it up. And I'm just going to tell you and remind you and preach a little bit for a couple seconds. If you know somebody who's dealing with mental health, if you suspect somebody is going through depression or whatever it may be, reach out to them. Please, seriously, reach out to them. Far too many people notice their friends and family suffering, but do fuck all because you don't know what to do. Just listen. Sometimes they don't have anything to say. Maybe they're not ready to say it. So talk to them. Let them know you're there for them, that you don't understand, but you empathize. Right? And just let them know that you care. It means a lot. I've got several good friends who have all kind of reached out to me in the last little while for when I've kind of reached out first to them. So I just want to say that, mental health is a huge, huge thing all over the world. But, it's crippling. So, seriously, love thy neighbor, bitches. And I am going to ruin that sad, good moment with that one. But Seriously, just look out for each other. Because as somebody who goes through a lot of depression that I'm now fully admitting was crippling, literally crippling at times, crippling depression where I couldn't get out of bed. Right? I actually, at one point, several points, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, I actually had suicidal thoughts. And I know I would never act on them, but the fact is the thoughts were still coming through and it seemed overbearing. Now, I wasn't thinking about specifically killing myself, but just maybe ending it somehow would be better. I don't think like that now. Right? But that's how bad it got for me. And maybe it's not that bad for somebody else, Maybe it is. But just reach out to them. Show them some love. Okay? In the meantime, it's puff time. Stay lifted and keep smiling. Peace. Be sure to tune in next Friday for a live episode of the Puffcast at 9, we're going to say 9 p.m. Pacific. And there will be possibly an episode on Thursday as well. Take care, guys.